Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We'll get started, and if anybody kind of joins in the next couple minutes, they'll just have to catch up. Keep in mind that we are taping the presentation, so you will be able to send it to your colleagues, and we'll also send the PowerPoint presentation after the call. The first thing I want to mention also is we want to thank Gym and Drinks Ontario for putting this together. So thank you so much. We have some exciting things to show you guys today. So we'll get started. For those who don't know us, because I guess half of who's on the call are already clients of ours, the other half isn't, we wanted to present ourselves in a minute or two just so you're aware of who we are and how many people are at your service and stuff like that. So EasyFocus is the #1 data management and CRM solution for the alcohol industry. We actually represent, at this day, 80% of the wine and spirit industry across the country. Oh, slide's not. So how did we become #1? The first thing is that we leverage collective genius. What that basically means is that half of our team, including myself and Tim, who's on the call as well, have over 15 years experience in the wine and spirit industry before actually joining EasyFocus, which is an IT company. So we really understand the market and what the needs of our clients are. The other thing is that we're open to suggestions and improvements from our clients, which is why we're presenting everybody today our consignment module. We'll be testing it with only a few clients for the next couple of months, and the tool will continue to evolve and will continue to improve. One of our first ambition at EasyFocus, and the main reason we decided to add the private order management to our tool, is because we want our clients to use one platform, one tool, one solution. The data and the CRM is completely interlinked in EasyFocus. No matter if you're a small company, a medium, or a big company, anybody can have access to the basic CRM tools. Our second ambition is that we want you to access information easily at all times from any device, how you want it and when you want it. So our new module will be available not only on the web tool, but also on our app. And everybody will have access to all the nicks and tricks to make their lives easier. We did a survey a year ago. We're very proud of the results and actually surprised by the results. 85% of our clients say they would recommend EasyFocus to friends or colleagues. 94% say our reports satisfy their needs. 91% say we understand what they need to succeed. And 91% say EasyFocus is user-friendly to navigate, and 81% are satisfied with our iOS web app. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the call, we represent 80% of the wine and spirit industry through the clients we work with. We're a team of 20 people at your service, and we are 100% Canadian, based out of Montreal. But now I will leave Tim to take the lead, which is our National Success Manager for wine and spirit clients, and he is based out of Toronto.
Thanks very much, Marika. Oh, got one more. Just double checking the echo here. You gotta mute your microphone and your speaker. One quick second, folks. So for those of you who on the call who are already working with us in Quebec for Importation Privée, this is not a lot of new information in terms of what we're going to be bringing to Ontario. We're not inventing something from scratch or trying to reinvent the wheel. We're taking a model that already works and applying it to Ontario's business logic. Recently, the SAQ did a press release about the size of the importation pie in Quebec, and we're very proud to say that 1 out of every 3 bottles of IP wine in the province of Quebec is sold by an agent using our platform. So if there's any concerns about us being able to handle the volume of orders or the number of transactions per week, I can rest everybody assured that we're already working with some pretty high volume clients in that regard. What we don't want to do is create something that's a one-size-fits-all concept for everybody. We realize that consignment agencies have different needs to agencies that are primarily in the LCBO. So we're going to have something available for everybody. If you've already got a really integrated finance and order system and you simply want to have the ability to have your consignment information as part of your EasyFocus environment, that's going to be an option. if you've already got an online store, or if you've already got a main order desk where, maybe you've already got a direct delivery system going, EasyFocus is going to be able to create a new order channel for you and your sales team to funnel into your main order desk. And then lastly, of course, what we're hoping a lot of folks are going to do is use EasyFocus as your main order desk. Just takes a sec for the slide update on my side. As you can see, it's not going to be a separate login of any kind. It's going to be a fully integrated module into our existing platform. It'll just be one of the drop downs that it's available from the top. Everything about private order management is permission based. So across EasyFocus, which tabs load, which modules load in some provinces, which data loads is all permission based from our side. So you can rest assured knowing that if you've got contractors and full-time staff, that you'll be able to control who can see what, who can access what, and who can place orders and those kinds of things. As Marika mentioned, we're working with 2 clients currently. We're looking to work with a couple of more in the fall, and then next year we're going to be doing a fulsome rollout for the entire industry when things die down a little bit after busy season in the fall after Christmas. Across the top of your screen, you can see what 8 separate tab modules are available. And then obviously everything's going to be linked to our training content, which myself and our Importation Privée expert, Marie-Claude Fournier in Quebec, are helping me design. All of the basic needs and more advanced needs of any consignment agent are going to be there. Manage and track reservations, convert them to orders, maximizing your rate of depletions ahead of when the warehouse indexing goes up. We're going to go through each of them just now. Probably the most important section will be the product tab. This is where you create identities for your consignment products, or we import them from the LCBO. Your basic price will convert to your retail price and licensee pricing. You'll have visibility to your elite inventory. You'll have visibility to how many orders are already cut and pending and how many reservations you still have to make. If you wanted to be able to leave notes about stuff like which program they are or reserve for a specific customer, that kind of information gets visible to anybody trying to make an order against that product. To facilitate consignment in Ontario, we have to do the same thing we did in Quebec, which is add the account type. Right now we've got on-premise accounts and retail accounts in Ontario, but there is an account type that exists in other provinces called PA, which is private individuals or private accounts. So again, visibility to your list of private accounts will be your agency only. Licensee information is shared obviously by the LCBO sale of data, but your CRM interactions with all of your on-premise accounts and your CRM interactions with all of your private individuals would be private data to you, not shared with the industry, and obviously a pretty important ability to go back and track what accounts you're working with and which ones are most important. The orders tab would be the one that's probably the most widely used. So the orders tab itself, where all the orders funnel up to, is where you would have either somebody who's in charge of your order desk or somebody who's validating the orders that are coming in. But the orders tab is usually the one that the most people in the organization get access to. It's the one that always funnels right down to the mobile application as well. So anybody who's selling the product can create what's called a pending order, and then those orders can get validated and booked and paid for and delivered. It's important to note as well that one of the things in Ontario that is going to work is the ability for orders created in EasyFocus to be tagged with your pickup barcodes and your on-dock reservation numbers, being able to actually export either digital or printable delivery pickup slips that obviously could have your company logo on them, and really help facilitate feedback of how deliveries are going, are they on time, and those types of things at the Trillium Center. Reservations is actually one of the things that people love about IP in Quebec the most, is the idea that as soon as a registration of a new consignment product or a PO for an existing product is cut, once it's on the water, we don't know confirmed pricing until it lands, but you can still create an identity of that product in EasyFocus and start pre-selling it, or create an objective for your sales organization and they have the ability to pre-sell the parcels so that you can keep eyes on the fact that you're not overselling it. Don't want to disappoint on-premise customers, but when you're collecting these reservations from your sales team on day one, we get to convert all the reservations to pending orders on the day one as soon as the pricing is confirmed. And then you're able to maximize the depletions of your parcel within the first window before your cost of warehousing goes up. Sales by product and account is nothing new in EasyFocus, but the ability to zone in on your distribution, being able to zone in on reorders. It is important to note that we will have the capacity, should you choose, to load your fulsome order history, not just keeping track of orders that are created in EasyFocus. What Marika was alluding to earlier about integrating into our CRM. So the My Visits concept is how marketing or salespeople interact with the accounts across Ontario, and being able to create CRM identities for wine clubs or private individuals with other kinds of things, and track things like key contact details, when and how often they order. But again, being able to create objectives and achievements for your sales organization, for your consignment products, if you're already using EasyFocus, is going to be a big game changer, because now you can actually create targets, you can track performance, and it'll also give you a little bit of insight if you're having pushback on which consignment products or which vintages are doing better than others. Some more really handy features of My Visits would be the ability for consignment products to be integrated into our document collection modules. So, many EasyFocus customers see value when their teams are loading on-premise or retail activations or wins. Every time you load a picture with EasyFocus, it's tagged. It's tagged to a SKU, which has a brand and has a supplier. So being able to go in and filter all sorts of menu activations or patio or conference listings, and being able to sort that by supplier and feed it back to suppliers in a timely manner without having to comb through email histories or WhatsApp conversations, being able to track which days people and bars like to make their orders or which days they prefer to get their deliveries. This is all powerful information that's going to be not just part of your order desk, but part of your EasyFocus package as well. Calls and logging calls is something that some organizations do and some don't. I've always been a big believer in booking a reasonable amount of interactions with an account in a year, but follow-ups is very powerful in EasyFocus as well, because when you set yourself some sort of follow-up activity with any on-premise account, you can export that to Outlook, and you can loop in something like a Mosaic, a marketing company you may have hired for an OP activation, or share a manager to come back and help you close a deal on a nice chain listing or something like that. My Products Listed is something we launched earlier this year, which is allowing on-premise teams across the country to nationally roll up brand family totals for things like how many speed rail listings versus back bar listings do we have? What's our by the glass versus by the bottle merchandising split? In the provinces where it is okay to do so, obviously we have the ability to load case rates or A&P support budgets that are set for certain brands versus other ones. A very popular one is on-premise rep using their phone to scan a menu, and here's where you can load the competitive brands that are on that menu in an on-premise account and look for opportunities that may exist in varietal, or maybe there's a gap in price point. It's some pretty powerful stuff for the on-premise teams. And lastly, if you were to go down the route of needing EasyFocus to be your primary source of order desk and financial P&L information, we have the ability to generate invoices and track all sorts of transactions that could either plug into an existing financial system you might have, like Sage or Oracle or any of QuickBooks or whatever one you would use out there, or maybe simply just house the LCBO invoices that you're using for some of your existing orders as well. It was a little bit earlier we mentioned about documents management, being able to actually just have a grid view and to dump all these great activations into a zip file and be able to grab them out of the system in a quick way, and they're all tied to a specific account on a day. So a great way to incentivize sales teams for by the glass listings, or really show suppliers that just because a product is sold in consignment versus say an LCBO GL doesn't mean that you can't have outstanding brand exposure with that brand through consignment programs. And lastly, for some of the more sophisticated needs out there, we do obviously offer APIs, which is an application programming interface. It's a fancy way of saying that we take information from one system and give it to another. This is, in this case, would be our web platform and Microsoft Excel. So if you needed, for example, to take all of your My Products listed information out of the system into an API, that's possible. Or if you're talking about getting all of your financial transactions and dollars and cents for your consignment sales out of EasyFocus and plug it into your finance system, we have that capacity as well. One of the projects that we're working on in parallel to consignment and obviously direct delivery and the direct delivery from the wineries or the LCBO's DDVP program is the concept of our price list module. So this is a pretty popular one for many of the sales organizations because it's a one-stop shop for all of the information relevant to a product. You know, what's the current price? What's the current licensee price? How much is in the warehouse? When's the next parcel arriving? What's the barcode? What does the bottle shot look like? Really handy things to be able to get at this information quickly. So whoever your admin or your order desk person would be able to control this information permission-based, and then anybody who has access to your EasyFocus would be able to see what your price list looks like for your brands and your agency. And lastly, we wanted to share with you a little bit about what our mobile app environment looks like and how it operates. So as we mentioned, 15,000-ish cases a week are going out the door in Quebec, and a large percentage of those are booked from mobile platform because people are out dealing with bars and restaurants as the channel's opening up again. And as I mentioned earlier, it's not an overly complicated view. Everything in our app is simplified for a 5-inch screen and for getting in and out of a sales call quickly. So for salespeople to not only just be able to book reservations or book orders, but being able to see the status of their orders as they go through the system and collaborate with their customer throughout if they need to, is really powerful stuff for this organization to not have one person having to field emails or text messages or phone calls providing status updates manually. As I mentioned earlier, reservations is one of the things that people love the most because you're just really able to it just helps a lot with forecasting as well. If you can sell a parcel in the first 20 days of it being in the market, you need to order more next time or that kind of thing if it's available. But yeah, it's just important to note that the reps would have access to reservations and orders on the platform if you needed them to. Thanks, Marika. And now the $350 million question. What is this all going to cost me? Well, if you're an existing EasyFocus customer, we're very happy to say that if you're on one of our Premium Ontario packages or if you're one of our national clients already, this isn't going to cost you a thing. We're going to be offering private product management for no cost to those customers. And we've created a brand new subscription price product in our portfolio for the first time under $1,000 a month, which is one of our entry-level packages. We've designed this product, which is going to be consignment and your LCBO SOD data for only $625 a month. So we're really hoping that that's going to be a very attractive and approachable price point for medium to smaller consignment agents who want to be able to see their LCBO data as well as consignment, but maybe couldn't have justified EasyFocus in the past because I only had a few SKUs in the LCBO and I'm mostly consignment. So we're going to be offering something for everybody. As Marika mentioned, we're going to be looking to have conversations with anybody who wants to have this conversation with us. So I'd like to open up the floor to some questions for the time that we have left, and I'd be happy to field any. And then if anybody wants or would prefer, they can reach out to Marika and myself, and we'd be happy to book a conversation privately if you have more private questions. But otherwise, I'd like to open up the floor and let anybody ask a question here.
Does the price be quoted in escalated?
That's one of our favorite answers, which is no. EasyFocus does not charge based on the number of users you have in your company. We also don't charge our customers any sort of development costs. We are a team of 20, so our development roadmap is completely based on the needs of our customers. But if you're a team of 3 or a team of 300, you'd pay the same price. Nelson, is your question about sharing the photos that you collect? Is that the question about that, or is it some sort of integration that I'm not getting? Oh, mining contacts for your CRM. Not currently, but that's definitely something we could look at together. I see a question from Tony. Tony, go ahead. Yes, but it would be the other direction. It would be your accounting system would receive the information if you've got one. If you're looking to replace an accounting system with the EasyFocus Order Desk, that would be a bigger combo that you and I could probably talk offline with. But we have customers right now in Quebec that do both. They either have a system that works with us or they've replaced their system with us. These are great questions. Thanks, everybody. Well, we didn't want to book too much time over lunch. We know everybody is very busy. So if there's anything that I can answer today, I'm happy to. And then, like I said, Marika said earlier, we're going to be having more conversations, hopefully with many of you in the months to come. And we're happy to answer any more questions that you might have offline. Great. That's actually a pretty common problem in Quebec that we took longer than we needed to in Ontario to resolve. The answer to your question is yes. Inventory visibility from Elite and EasyFocus inventories will be synced. You'll have line of sight to your Elite inventory. Yeah. Well, if there's no other questions, we can give you the last few minutes of the session back, everybody. It was definitely wanted to keep it short and sweet today, just for the general announcement that that this is now a reality and that we're very happy to have this conversation with anybody. Thank you, everyone, very much for your time over this lunch break. And like we said, we're really hoping and excited about the concept of having this conversation with more of you in the weeks and months to come. Marika said it once, Jim, I'll say it again. Thank you to the Consignment Council for helping us put this together. You know, we're a very proud member of Drinks Ontario, and we're looking to collaborate with more of you in the future.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.